Guys, what is up? It's Chris Colgan. I am jumping on YouTube live here. Sorry for the setup. I am actually traveling and I wanted to get on and do another live. It has been a while since I jumped on and did a live. If you guys noticed, lately we've been dropping a video every Saturday and then as much as I can doing a full drive through. So let's talk about the market here in Northern Virginia. Obviously, what I'm seeing on the ground here is things are a little slow because of the government shutdown, all the uncertainty. The good news is, well, not really good if you're selling, but there's not as much inventory, but houses are definitely not moving as quickly. And we're going to break down all those numbers here shortly. The other thing is the great news is clients are starting to lock in 5.99 and even 5.9 as an interest rate. Before we were seeing people up in the sevens, if you can believe it, but now we're not. So let's get into the Northern Virginia market. And I apologize about my setup. I'm just here traveling. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to jump on live early today and get right into it. So let's go ahead and good afternoon. How you guys doing there? Yeah. And if you jump on, comment where you're watching from. I'd love to talk to you guys. Let me know where you are watching from. Good afternoon. Blessings to you as well, my friend. So let's get on here and let's talk about the Northern Virginia housing market. So, guys, some of this might surprise you. What is up, SK from Reston, VA? You know what was funny? I was just at the opening of that brand new JW Marriott. Man, that Reston station is nice. I'm actually going to be doing some work with Comstock. Man, that thing is awesome. Good evening. How you doing, Rajesh? I hope I said that right. How you doing, Mr.? And then watching from Pentagon City. What is up, my friend? And then we've got someone from Percyville. So let's get right into it and talk about the market. So what I like to do is go outside the Beltway, see kind of what's happening right off the bat. And one thing that's going to surprise you is let's go into Frederick County, which is going to be like Winchester, which is the fastest growing area in all of Virginia right now. And their new listings are down 12%. But one thing I like to watch are new pendings are also down 8%. Closed sales are up 6%. Look at this. Their median sold price is up 9% year over year to 450,000. Now, why is that significant? Because a lot of people are just priced out of Northern Virginia and they're willing to drive out there. But here's where things are going to get a little tricky that we're going to watch, right? Is active listings are at a 5-year high. Now, that doesn't really surprise me because COVID obviously was just a really weird market, but 325 active listings, 39 days on market. That's a 5-year high as well. And people are getting 97.2% of asking. So what that means is more than likely sellers are paying closing costs and concessions, things like that. You're not seeing that anymore. People are getting 101%, 102% of asking. We're just not seeing that anymore. Stafford County, okay, so new listings are up 10%. We've got a lot more listings, but look at that. A lot less homes are selling. So new pendings are down 20%. Closed sales up 7%. Their median sold price is kind of normal. So the national average is about 3% a year, but a lot of markets in the United States have been flat the last 3 years. They are up 2.8%. But again, 5-year high on active listings, 426. Average days on market is about a month, and then 97.7. So people are kind of getting close to what they're asking. What I am seeing now, if you want to sell, you have to be realistic. A lot of people are still being unrealistic. You got to be realistic with your pricing. COVID was just a trumped up thing, literally a trumped up thing. And it's like literally like making some people lose their mind. But what I'm also seeing is sellers are having to pay buyers closing costs again. Why is that? Because think about it. Some of these places have average sales prices at $800,000-$900,000. Most people just don't have that type of money sitting around, right? So let's talk about Fauquier County. Then we're going to kind of get a little bit closer to Northern Virginia. New listings are up 16%. New pendings, 8% up. Closed sales are up 44%. Wow, that's crazy. But look at that. Their prices are down almost 5%. So prices are trending downwards because why? Active listings, 221. They're at their max that they've been in the last 5 years. Average days on market is 29 days. And people, again, are getting less than asking, which is about 97.8%. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Chris, is this alarming? Probably before COVID, because this is going back to about the start. I would say this probably would have been a little bit below average, but houses in Northern Virginia before COVID used to take 3 to 4 months to sell. So 29 does not freak me out. You guys probably noticed there's probably not a lot of signs around, right? So there's not a lot of houses for sale still. I see a ton of people jumping on. Let me know where you guys are watching from. What are you guys seeing in the market, by the way? Are you seeing a lot more signs come on? Are you seeing less signs? What are you guys seeing? And here in Prince William County, I'm not seeing a lot of places for sale. So let's get into Prince William County. So you're talking Woodbridge, Manassas, Gainesville, Haymarket. New listings are up 14%. New pendings are even. Closed sales are pretty much even. But look at Prince William County. For the first time ever, their median sold price is $602,000, up 2%. So Prince William County is a really hot market. I don't know if you just saw the news, but the city of Manassas just locked up a deal with NVIDIA. They are going to be doing their first ever AI research center facility in the city of Manassas, which I think is going to be huge. It's going to be right next to the airport over there. But look at that 5-year high for active listings, 78. We're kind of seeing that across the board. 24 days on market average, and then people are getting 98.8%. So they're getting close to ask in Prince William County. The one thing that I will tell you, though, is I just listed a house in Bristow. I was shocked. First weekend, we had one showing, and they really did price it right. So just keep that in mind. So let's talk about Fairfax, right? Like the biggest county in Virginia. New listings are up 17%. So a lot more is hitting the market. New pendings are up 2%. Closed sales are up 3%. And look at that. Medium sold price is down. So prices are pretty much flat over in Fairfax, but they are a little below their 5-year average. So we've got about 1,700 homes on the market. Average days on market 26. People are getting 98%. So I remember about a couple of years ago when I started doing YouTube, I used to see about 7 here and then about 103 here. So this is telling me that people are really getting people here are like really starting to negotiate a lot more, right? So let's talk about now. Sorry guys, I'm traveling. That's why I got this bad setup. So let's start. Got a question here. Just jump on. All these data centers in V8 are not making a selling home any air. Who wants to live near one of those humming things? That's a good point. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. At some point, I can't believe the counties. Like, I don't really have an opinion about the data centers, but at some point, the counties have to make a decision. I mean, these poor people in Gainesville, they literally paid premium lot fees from the builder years ago, and then they just built a brand new data center right behind it. So now, like, they paid all those premium dues years ago. So the county's going to have to make a decision. I mean, Loudoun, I think, is kind of tapped out, but Prince William needs to make a decision. I mean, they can't just allow every single one everywhere. I mean, I mean, good for the owners of Merrifield Garden Center, but I was shocked that they got $160 million for that property. That's just insane to me. Let's talk. So Fairfax, really, Fairfax is still a good market. The prices are sticking. Why is that? Because, A, the government shut down. B, there's a lot of uncertainty, right, in the marketplace. Loudoun County, which is usually like a big driver for the United States in general. New listings are kind of flat, which is good, up 1%. New pendings are only down 0.7. Closed sales are up 5%. Prices are still up in Loudoun. So the medium sold price is now $752,000. Now you might be saying, well, Chris, an average in Loudoun County single family is $1 million. This is taken into account condos, townhomes, single families, everything. 750. So they're up 6%. But they are at a 5-year high on active listings, and then 29 days on market average, and people are getting about 98% of ask. So a lot of sellers I'm seeing now are having to negotiate a lot more than they used to. And some people are just, you have to really know when you're selling now that, whoops, I didn't even show you guys that. Sorry about that. You have to know when you're selling now that, that you're going to have to negotiate a little bit. It's going to be back to the days where you were giving closing costs. Let me show you guys Loudoun one more time. I didn't have it pulled up there. But Loudoun County, looking at this, look at that. Medium sold price up 6%. So Loudoun is still really healthy. And then active listing 769, average days on market 29, and people are getting 98% of asking. So this is one that I really wanted to look at. Alexandria, I noticed, really started to slow down earlier in the spring, I noticed listings were sitting longer. So I kind of want to see what's going on. So new listings are up 21%, a lot more new listings. New pendings are up 9%, and then closed sales are up 22%. But that's crazy. The median sold price is still going up 8.8% year over year, which is, that's nuts that prices are still going up that much in Alexandria. I thought it would actually be a lot worse. But 366 listings, their 5-year high, 25 days average on market, and then 98.7%. And I'm going to go back to this, guys, because I think this is a little deceiving. Okay, so my buddy's an agent in Orlando, Florida. Their average days on market is 6 to 9 months. So it might look like this 25 days at a 5-year max is bad. That's actually still a very good market. So we're not anywhere near the that bad market territory. Oh my gosh, I don't even know how to mute this thing. And then finally, the new listings for, let's talk about Arlington. So Arlington's been getting a lot beat up a little bit, but they've also had a lot of jobs coming around here lately, some job announcements. I know Amazon just made a huge announcement. They're doing some job cuts, but new listings are up 24%, and then new pendings are up 7%. Closed sales are up 28%. But here's the shocker. Look at this. Medium sold price in Arlington has dropped 10%. My guess would be that's got to be the condo market. But what do you guys think? Why would I don't even understand that. It's because really, I think that's really been the only one that's been down. Are you guys kind of shocked that Arlington is down that much? That's kind of surprising to me. 10%. Is that more people just wanting to move out further out? I'm not really sure what's going on there. And they're at 475 active listings, which isn't their 5-year high. 36 days on market is the average. And then people are getting 97% of asking price. So that's kind of like a county by county breakdown. Do you guys have any real estate questions, any questions about what's coming to the area or anything like that? I want to just really quick show you guys our blog where we break down everything coming around. I wanted to get into a couple quick stories. Let me know if you guys, proximity to DC. Yeah, DC's has been, someone told me the other day, I don't really sell a lot in DC, but someone told me that market in there is like really struggling, which kind of surprised me. But hey, but it doesn't surprise me, right? I guess not. Really quick, just want a couple things. If you guys haven't, this is the NVIDIA story about them coming into Manassas. Other thing will be one thing that I wanted to tell you guys as well is Netflix announced they're going to be doing a office building with a screening room, all kinds of different things in downtown DC. So they're going to be moving some more of their corporate operations over into downtown DC. I actually think that's exciting. I think that's actually going to be good for DC to have that set up there. And then there's one other story. And then the other story that I wanted to touch on really quick is it is official that the Dallas Expo Center is closing. They actually did give word to everybody there that they are closing. So it will be going away totally for the actual, for the IKEA. So IKEA is going to be coming into the Expo Center. So I know there's CSA, there's Nation's Gun shows, there's all kinds of different shows. I don't know where they're going to be setting up at now. But that's really interesting that Dallas Expo Center, they did tell everybody they officially are closing. So they're going away. Is it true black companies like Amazon, BlackRock, and Equity Residential are buying up homes? No, that is not true. I have not seen that. They certainly aren't doing it in Northern Virginia. They could be doing it in Alabama. Northern Virginia just doesn't make sense for them, nor does the DMV region, because we're so expensive. And then for them to make any money, they would actually have to, be able to like justify the rents. And so I have not seen much corporate buying at all around here. What I'm seeing right now in our market is if you're selling, it's death, divorce, job transfer, and that's usually it. I am still seeing a lot of people move in here to Amazon because of they're getting a choice between Seattle or here, and we are actually cheaper than Seattle, believe it or not. So I am seeing a lot of that. The cool thing about the market slowdown is, and like I said, only 38 days average. If you're looking at buying and you're a first-time home buyer, you could not get any of these first-time home buyer programs, and because no sellers would accept them. Now I'm seeing them all day long. I'm seeing the VHDA, which is no money down. I'm seeing USDA while the government's closed, but I'm seeing a lot more no money down, getting closing cost assistance, which we just didn't see before. I am seeing, if you're thinking about selling, I'm seeing a lot of people are calling us saying, hey, my house didn't sell. And what I'm telling people is you got to price it right, and you've got to have an agent, that's willing to market the property right. So let me know where you guys are watching from. Any other questions, just let me know. And let me know, we got some great videos on the pipeline. I'm working on one right now. We're doing a ton of research for it. We're going to be talking about all the things coming to the area in 2026 for the Northern Virginia area. If you are thinking about buying or selling, definitely hit me up anytime. info@colganteam.com, info@colganteam.com. But guys, I appreciate it. Traveling, just wanted to jump on a quick live, go through the market, and I will be doing a lot more of these, and we can kind of go through and answer any questions you guys have. Follow my website, colganteam.com, and I actually will, I'm talking about all the breaking news. We get it out really quickly. Also on my Instagram that's going on in our area. Appreciate you guys.